Well, thanks so much for coming on, Anna and Stevie.
Thank you for inviting.
Yeah.
I know we've got a whole bunch of questions to talk through, like on e-commerce or anything really. So, and thanks for like sending through the bios as well. Like, can definitely add that to the YouTube description later on.
No problem.
Yeah, so I know with Search Magic, I know you guys are both working at Search Magic, and Anna, you're the founder. You've been working on that for, was it like about a year and a bit now?
Search Magic is founded since 2020, so it's 3 years now. Stevy is with us the last 1.5 years.
Awesome. And do you guys mainly work on like e-commerce and like SaaS projects? Kind of got that vibe from your website mostly. We'd be keen to hear more about that and like your experience, like starting your own agency and growing it to like where it is today as well.
So yeah, we mostly work with e-commerce and SaaS businesses and tech businesses, but mostly SaaS, yes. We have clients from all over the world, USA, UK, Greece, and Dubai.
Interesting.
So yeah.
What have been like some of the more interesting or I don't know, more challenging projects like you've been working on with your clients recently?
Stevie, do you want to go with it?
Um, well, I would say, my point of view, the most challenging part is the background of the website, meaning the whole way that is built. And when you get a client that the website is really bad, you set a good foundation in order to implement SEO. So I would say a big challenge for me, the technical audits, e-commerce websites, because it could, very difficult with many issues. And since you just fix them all, you need to prioritization in order to start from somewhere and start setting a good basis on the website. We have seen websites with duplication, with thousands of pages no indexed, are important for the website. In e-commerce websites with bad mechanism in internal search, when usually in e-commerce websites there's a search bar, and then you type the brand or the product or whatever you want in order to find in the website. So we have things like that, and yeah, from my point of view, that's the most challenging part. Yeah, I would say that to build a good and then implement SEO strategy.
Which CMSs do you guys work with the most? I'm sure like, like WordPress, Shopify, Magento. What kinds
Yeah,
of
we have.
challenges have you seen between them? And yeah.
We have worked with WordPress websites, CS card,
Drupal as well. React. So yeah, many different CMSs most of the times.
yeah, every CMS has its own mechanism and its own problems. So have to deal with them and study the manuals and find how to figure out all the technical. Seen a website that there is a custom inside them.
Is there any
Platforms,
CMS
different
guys?
issues.
Oh, sorry. Is there any CMS you guys would like recommend, like works the best for e-com, like for different maybe size clients, or like have you seen anything like that, like where you recommend one if you could choose?
For e-commerce specifically?
Yeah.
Well, I think Magento right now is like the best solution for a big, like mid to big e-commerce, because it has all the pros to help you build like an e-commerce that could scale at some point and host like thousands of products. And also it's like the most safe platform. No, of course, no hard feelings for the other platforms, but Magento, help us a lot with the SEO as well. Shopify also is a great platform for e-commerce, but I don't know, Magento for like bigger websites, I think works better.
Yeah, we definitely see like a lot of clients like picking Shopify because it's just out of the box and maybe better when they're just starting up.
Yeah, definitely. They start with Shopify, but there are like many issues, technical issues when you use Shopify. The biggest issue we had with Shopify is URL structure. So yeah.
So if there is URLs, you can't go on. The URLs are the and the Z of the SEO. So having huge issues with them don't help the whole process.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking I might start with one of the other scenario-based questions we had, because I thought it was like a fun one. I know, Stevie, you were asking me about this earlier, just like, if you had one client, with 3 different sites in the same niche, and how would you differentiate, from your keyword research, your content strategy and implementation with that? And then we can talk about I mean, this is something we've actually seen recently, like with a pitch we've done. So that would be interesting to talk about this one, because that was definitely one of the major, like a big question that they had as well.
Have right now clients that may compete for the same keyword, but they are in different niche. I would say that it depends from the niche of the clients. So the content would be different. We'll put this in all of them. This one keyword, but since thankfully they are not in they are not in the same niche, will definitely different types of content. That's really good. Yeah, I would say that I would say that right now that we face this situation, we are prepared for this.
So pretty much, you know, just focus on like the different search intent or like the different customer type for each of the different sites. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's because they are in different niches, but get the same keywords. So everyone will approach this keyword from a different side, I would say. Yeah.
And that makes sense. Another question, kind of a different question, was like within the e-commerce space, have you had the experience of, like, say you're writing product copy, but the space is like highly regulated from like legal or medical perspective, and how do you have any tips for like how to ensure everything meets regulations, but at the same time we can maximize like the SEO in that?
We had once a cannabis packaging e-commerce store. So before cannabis was legal, let's say. So that was kind of had health recommendations that coming with the content as well. So at this point, we were really careful. You need to be really careful of what kind of content you can publish or not. It's not 100% medical, but you know, still same case. So what we did is that we made the content strategy, let's say, on clusters, but yet more generic and informative. And we didn't write the content. We asked from the client to take over the content and ask from the expert to write the content. Same goes with the medical related surgery center that we have as a client in Greece. That they do like surgeries in the back for the back pain. So again, what we do is that we have a copywriter that is, let's say, do more research in the medical space, but still we have a workaround where the copywriter write the piece of content and the doctor then check the piece of content to be sure that we write, like, you know, we don't write something weird in the content, and then the content is published in the website.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, the important thing here is to remember not to write for doctors, because you don't want to scare people. But at the same time, you don't want to write content that it's irrelevant, or it's not like it's not like correct, let's say. So you need to keep a balance between what it's too scary and it has too much, let's say, medical information, and what it is too informative and it doesn't pass the right information. So it needs the right balance, definitely. And then you need definitely someone that is the real expert, like a doctor, to check the content to make sure that everything is in place properly.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. It's just about finding the balance. Like we have some like large sort of like medical and like health clients where like we are trying to write for the consumer, so we do want it to be helpful and empathetic, but then also everything does need to be fact checked, and we have to make sure that we're not making any unscientific claims of things, and you'll have to go through medical and legal. Yeah. Have you ever found like any like challenges with like dealing with like legal and reg side of things with your copy, or with like being having specific references that you have to include, and or like certain standards with that?
What do you mean? We include the reference. You always include references in the content.
Yeah, sometimes they can be like super picky and being like, you need to basically be like citations for every time you make a potential medical claim throughout the copy. But that can be not really great for readability. Much better to just have at the bottom in a reference list rather than spending so much time just on referencing. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, makes sense. You add the references at the end of the content. What do you mean? What was the question? Or there was no question.
So one was just about like having to not only put the references at the end, but it's like, you know, like how in like an academic essay, like every single statement you make, you have to back it up, kind of having to go into that level of evidence. Yeah.
We didn't have a case that we have to go to this level of evidence. But when we do have medical cases or, you know, medical content, as I said, we try to, not we try to, we have like, we ask from the client, and the client wants as well to check the content, the doctor, before it goes live. Yeah.
So or you hire a medical student or a doctor covered from all sides. Trying to, because we are not doctors, obviously, we are not trying to not take the responsibility of what is written.
Yeah.
And we want the right information to go live, because probably users will read it, or experts in the field. We want what will go live, it will check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And like with, you know, like you guys focusing on like e-commerce sites as well, I'm sure another big challenge is like having a lot of internal duplicate content, like across like say individual product pages and category pages. How have you do you have any tips for like, you know, like trying to make that as effective as possible, making everything unique?
Okay, so the easy answer is to set canonicals
Yeah.
in a prominent page, and all the relevant, all the relevant products that differ or size from the prominent page will have a canonical tag on this page. But we have faced situations that products had links with the color, and users were searching with the color. So, for example, set a canonical tag in color. And at this point, we made a research further how the user are searching for this specific product with all variations that existed. And then we decided how to set the canonical tags. Here in my opinion, you need to double check what you're searching for, because you may information and take bad, and then implement rules to avoid violation. Yeah, I would say. Anna, do you want anything else to add here?
No, I think we're okay. I mean, it depends on the level of the duplication and what you need to face at this point. I think building product pages that they have like all the filters that you need to add as a different product page as a variation. It's the most important thing. Like, for example, colors, different sizes, anything like that. Like, it's the most important thing to keep in mind to add them as a variation on a product page, not creating like 40 different product pages for one product.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm sure it's going to be like specific to those products, and we don't want to go too silly and like index like 5 levels deep or something with the filters.
Yeah, 100%.
You always have to double check for interrupting you.
Yeah. Well, another question that we had was as well, have you seen like any kind of left field or out of the box tactics working really well for like with your clients to improve their SEO?
Yeah, we had create some let's say funny domains with fun domain names. The domain name, because it was like a Greek argo that was really like fun at this point. It was for a coffee brand, and it has like a giveaway in the domain that you, for example, serve this domain and get in the competition. So the domain, because of its name, got viral, and then it get like 1,000 backlinks within 1 week, which was a great achievement. And we got all the backlinks redirected to the main
Wow.
pages that we wanted to rank for. I'm afraid I can't share the name because it doesn't sound that funny in English. So sorry for that. But after that, like the strategy of acquiring websites that that they are fun, I think it's a good strategy to try to get backlinks quickly.
That's interesting. So like what, for example, what kind of niche, like you mentioned this client was in, and
E-commerce store, not e-commerce store, actually, a coffee brand that was launching the e-order, their delivery app.
and then the domain would have been something related to like coffee as well?
No,
Or
the domain name, the domain name was completely irrelevant, but it was like a phrase that was like related to the Greek argot language. So it was really fun to hear, and people like the phrase. So they repost the domain because of its phrase.
and I think that's a good one. Like people shouldn't be afraid to be more creative in their link acquisition strategies like that. And you managed, did you like buy the domain? And then like how long did it take? Like you said, it was a week.
Yep, it was a week because they like very much
That's
the
cool.
domain name. Yeah.
What kinds of sites, like just like all kinds of sites were like picking it up and mentioning it?
Mostly publications.
Yeah.
But it started because many people start tweeting about this domain because of its name again. No one remembers the giveaway or something. They were all remembering the name of the website. That's why they were retweeting the website.
It's like that's a great digital PR strategy. And you said that you've kind of tried to do something similar, like out of the box like that for like other campaigns for other clients after that.
Not exactly the same, but at some point, some cases, what we do is that we acquire website assets either for authority purposes or for content purposes. And that we've seen that this is working well as well. So
Yeah.
there are many marketplaces out there.
Yeah.
Of course, there are many kind of websites. We're not talking about nothing black hat here, of course. We're talking about completely white hat strategies. So what we do is that we examine the websites. We make sure that they don't have like something weird, or they didn't grow these blogs on a weird way, let's say spam links or anything like that. We try to make sure that there are, for example, blogs that they have good content. And after like a research of at least 2 months, we acquire these websites with a specific process, either for content purposes, and we keep these websites and use their content, or either for authority purposes because they're old websites that, with a good backlink profiles, and we use them accordingly.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I think some brands would be afraid to do, but yeah, it can be very powerful.
It's very commonly used. It was mentioned from very big companies like HubSpot. Like it's not
Yeah,
something.
like definitely like also like an affiliate marketing as well.
Yeah, but not only for affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
I think it's useful for
Well,
all
everyone
kind.
can definitely benefit as long as it's like niche relevant and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we asked like we had a few other questions like like what do you think is the like some of the most exciting things that you think are happening at the moment for the e-commerce space? I mean, we could say like it could be like TikTok shopping or something else. Like what do you guys see with that kind of stuff?
Maybe?
Yes. Think about the upcoming. One of my favorites is Vogue, because it's really quick, easy to get a result just by saying, just by talking on your phone. And we believe that this may lead in the future. Um, mobile go hand in hand, especially when it is concerned, because mobile device users to perform on the go local queries. We know that when the user want to make a voice search, they typically begin with who, when, where, or why. So they are looking for they are looking to fulfill an immediate need. So we need to we need to adjust our SEO strategy for this, meaning that we need to uh, we need to optimize everything in the e-commerce store. All the products should be connected correctly. The internal search, FAQs, the filters in terms of smart. We believe that the benefits of for optimizing the website for search are high rankings, because the results of the voice to be in the top 3 positions in Google search. If you have optimized the content for voice search, you will attract more visitors. Second, we believe that voice search bring higher revenue. More visitors means more conversion, and more sales, more revenue. And I would add that voice search brings higher since when you start running voice searches and increase the number of users that
Stevie might be frozen now. Yeah, I think the internet's been quite, patchy today. Maybe the connection with overseas as well.
Yeah. I think mine too.
Right, I think she's dropped off.
Okay. I don't know, Zoom just
It's just Zoom things, and with like overseas connections, always a bit funny on Zoom.
yeah, another big thing is the video formats. We can see that right now is booming, and Facebook and Instagram after it. So in addition, the Gen Z needs quick visual answers in everything that uh, they are searching for. They are impatient. So yeah, video formats in all of kind, and I would say the visual search like
Yeah.
Google Lens is a huge thing. In USA is already in use. There you need to optimize, you need to have a really good visual content on your website. And yeah, I would say that the three: voice search, video formats, visual search. Mm, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that
Have I-
recently, like the Google Lens, that new feature, which they've been talking about for a while, is finally like launched in the US and a few other markets as well. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how that's going to affect a lot of the searches. The ability to just take a photo and then just add like a few quick queries, and how that's going to change everything.
Exactly. Right now, according to statistics, 36% of Americans visual search, and when everything comes from America, will soon be and of course the users, Gen Z and millennials, they prefer to all other types of searches. And yeah, since they are focusing on shopping, is a huge thing to have in our mind for, you know, the upcoming year.
There's been all the news, lately, like saying like, Gen Z, goodbye Google, everything's on TikTok. What do you guys think about that?
For Google could buy TikTok. Did you
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah, no, like how, Google search will be dead, and, we're gonna use TikTok to go shopping, to look for like restaurant reviews and find information. I feel like it's only up to a certain extent.
I believe that the potential here is that TikTok have found the secret sauce between uh, and the users, the short videos. In fact, SEO strategy already implemented in TikTok. We are definitely happy to explore more this, because at some point TikTok um, functions like a search engine for its environment. So yeah, there is some here. We can't say that sure that Google will buy TikTok, but I believe we have a lot of things to see here. The other huge platforms let's say, to copy the format is showing us many things. We can see where, the I would say.
Another question. I don't know if you guys work with Amazon SEO much for your ecom clients.
No, most of the times we don't work so much with Amazon. They have their own, let's say, websites, so they don't depend on marketplaces.
Yeah, I think it's more of a emerging thing, and like some of our clients, like for bigger clients, they're after they've, I guess, optimized their on their branded side, they're even trying to, try to get the top positions within Amazon itself, or within the equivalent of Walmart, something.
Yeah.
Amazon is based on reviews. So if you see a product with thousands of good reviews, at the same time it goes in your mind that, okay, what's going on with this product? So good. Should I buy it? So should I try it? And myself, as an Amazon buyer, I check the reviews. Of course, you need to you have your content optimized, and in the user should understand what are you trying to sell him. But yeah, I think that the most important there in marketplace are reviews. That
Yes,
the user checks
factor.
reviews first, and then decides what he will do at specific product.
Yeah, I'd say optimizing for the specific product names, generic combinations, reviews, good imagery, unique product imagery as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can't have a shop there and be unoptimized, because you have to compete thousands other shops with the same products. And if it is unoptimized, then have the sales. You will either confuse the user. It will be so, so fluffy. User just abandon your website there and goes to another. Everything you do, you need to find the user experience. You need to make it easy for him to decision. So help him, make him understand in a few words what is your product about, help him with the reviews, and give him reasons to, and of course, have a beautiful website.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Well, wary of time as well. So open up, if anyone has any questions, anything we haven't covered for Anna and Stevie.
Mine's more just from a career perspective, but I was wondering what's the SEO space like in Europe, and how do you guys navigate between so many countries with such varying languages and cultures? I was just wondering how you kind of maintain yourself with like both clients and working with other SEOs from other countries.
Time zones, you mean?
Like
Yeah.
time zones, like culture, language, like just how it changes so much.
Language, we stick to English most of the times because of course it's really hard to have many different languages, but in case that you have many different languages, you can handle that with translators. But I guess time zones, it's really sometimes it's really weird to handle, because you might have meetings on 8 a.m. in the morning, while at the same time you might have meetings at 8 p.m. in the night. So you try not to combine like the clients all the time per time zone. I started working on a growth hacking agency that has like the exact same approach in terms of clients. So I think this is kind of the time zone thing is a kind of a habit. So I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a habit.
No, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for having us.
Does anyone else have any questions? I say thanks for coming on like so early as well. I think it's quite early for you guys over there. That's another example of time
Yes.
zones being pretty hard at the moment, like daylight savings, all of that.
It's
It is all of
time-
us. So
yeah, it's 9 a.m. here. So yeah.
Right. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So thank you so much, both of you, for coming on, and really appreciate your time today. It was really interesting to hear about the space over there.
thank you
And
for your
definitely will keep in
questions.
mind the funny name domain idea.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Uh,
having us also.
yes.
All right. Well, thanks so much. And if let's keep in touch. I'm sure I'll see you both on Slack, and I'll send you guys the video link as well.
Thank you for coming on, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks for speaking, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a
You
good
too.
day.
Day two, see you later.